What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a brand new show, and the last show of the day, thankfully. Although there is technically one more, but we're not doing it today. This is Shadow's House, and this is a show I've been very excited for. When looking at the new spring lineup, this is one of the shows that stood out to me as, like, I think this one's going to be a very, very interesting one that might go overlooked in comparison to some of the bigger names. There is one point of contention for me that is leaving me with a little bit of concern, but we'll cover that in a second. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. I'm a British guy who reacts to seasonal-based anime. This is the 6th season of doing so, here with Spring 2021. And when we start a new show, I like to load up the analyst page, take a look at the synopsis, the tags, the voice cast, the studios, just get a basic feel for what's going on here, basically. Today, in fact, this is the 6th video I'm putting up today. 5 new shows, 1 returning show. And as such, I need to be a bit stricter on what I consider these shows are like. Unfortunately, it's not worked out so well, since I currently intend to keep all the new shows that I've started, and I think I'm keeping this one as well, so it's going to stay a 6-show day, which is going to be hell for me, I think, but we'll work around it eventually. But this is how I always used to pick out my anime that I watched in a season, so this isn't anything new to me, and it's what I've done ever since I created the channel, so if you don't want to see any of this stuff, you can go ahead to the reaction beginning in the description, the timestamps, and on the actual timeline you can see, if you're on PC anyway, you can see the segments for where that actually is. So, and this page up. Shadow's House. High atop a cliff sits the mansion known as Shadow's House, home to a faceless clan that pretends to live like nobles. They express their emotions through living dolls that also endlessly clean the home of soot. One such servant, Emilico, aids her master Kate as they learn more about themselves and the mysteries of the house. This is a different synopsis from what I think I originally read in my spring preview. This show's creepy. Like, no matter what, this is creepy, right? It's like, happy, sinister. And, like, it's that sinister aspect that really is capturing me, because I'm like, I don't trust it. Like, I know this show is gonna mess with us. I mean, fantasy, horror, mystery, slice of life, supernatural. Those are not the tags of a normal show, so to speak. I know this show's going to be messing with us a lot. We've got faceless characters, we've got the dolls, as it were. Most of them share VAs, except for Kate and Milico. I'm guessing because that's the main character pairing, and they didn't want to have the same VA on each one. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually, in fact, a spoiler, the fact that they're voiced by different characters, whereas everyone else sees, well, at least these other two, are voiced by the same. Seems a bit odd that those are split then, but maybe it was a conscious choice, maybe it's a spoiler, I don't know yet. Just thinking if I recognize any of them. I do recognize Akari Kito, Adachi from Adachi Shimamura, Tsukasa from Tanikawa, and there was one that really started me back in winter. Kotoko from, what was the name of that show? Kyokosuri? What's the English name of that show? I've forgotten. It's gone. Inspector. There we go. Got there at the end. So yeah, that's where I recognize the voice. Oh, also Luna Healer from, Hidden Dungeon. There we go. My memory is... It's been a long day, okay? It's 4 in the morning. Cut me some slack. Legitimately, it's 4 in the morning. It's 4:15 in the morning. It's getting worse. So yeah, it's very creepy, and I love that. This is done by Cloverworks, and this is the point of contention I have, because Cloverworks stuff looks good. Horimiya looked great. Wonder of Priority looked great. This got rushed to oblivion, and I don't know how much of that was Cloverworks' decision or whose decision it was, but that got rushed to oblivion. This was a... Well, I guess this was fine just because it was trying to adapt the entirety of the Horimiya manga in one go. It didn't want to leave it open for multiple seasons. This was a disappointing end because it had to split into this and all the production issues that went. And I don't know where the blame lies on how the production issues came to be, especially since people were being hospitalized through them. That's never a good sign. I do not know where the blame lies on that one. I am not knowledgeable enough on the subject. But that still leaves me some concern. Thankfully, this is the only project they're working on this season, so it's not like they have 3 shows on the go at once. But some of their other stuff I've really enjoyed. Millionaire Detective, Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreaming Girl, Promised Neverland's first season was fantastic. I mean, you can tell, right? 86% versus 62. it's such a huge decline. It's comical. But yeah, they've done some really, really good stuff in the past, and I'm looking forward to this. I really, really am. It's got that right blend of creepy that I really, really, really want to feel, especially since I've just experienced Higurashi for the first time, and we'll be going back to see the original Higurashi and how that's held up. I want this to be creepy. I want this to be that same Higurashi vibe of. It seems like this could just be a normal show, but there are moments where it just makes you think, I don't like that. That feels odd. I'm unnerved by that. Like, I want that feeling again. That's exactly what I'm hoping this show can give. I'm willing to give it time, because a show like this, I don't want it just to immediately hit you with the creepiness, because it kind of ruins some of the suspense and build up. So I'm more than willing to give this show 3 episodes before it really starts getting creepy and unnerving. It's 13 episodes, so it's got some decent time to do it. I'm going to trust in that, and therefore almost certainly will not drop it after the first episode, no matter what really happens. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah. With that said, I guess we'll start getting into it. So if you're new to the channel, what we do here are timer-based format reactions. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, therefore the anime and myself on the screen at the same time, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below, become a Patreon there. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the seasonal lineup. We also have Patreon request shows such as Symphogear G, World Trigger, and Log Horizon. We'll be doing sequels for all those respective shows as they come and go. So we're very much set for, well, basically the next year, almost, on content regarding Patreon requests. We also have movie reactions on there. Wearing Review, the movie will be coming this month, so if you become a Patreon this month, you'll also have access to that when it comes out later on this month. But here on YouTube, we have to do timer-based, so bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I count it down 3, 2, 1, play. And on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we should be in sync. There'll be no video or audio from the original material on here, obviously, for copyright reasons. I know some people get away with it, but I've had my experience with it. It doesn't work all the time, so it's better to err on the side of the caution. We have the Aniplex and Funimation logos to start. I'll call them out as they go past. It's about a 12-second logo group. You can also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when scene transitioning. Pro tip, look at this part of my headset. It's very reflective and should give away those scene transitions very easily, especially the Aniplex and Funimation logos. So, with all that said, let's get into the first episode titled The Shadow and Her Doll. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Guessing these are our, Oh. Oh. This is promisingly creepy. I love it. Interesting they have the train in push configuration there, not pull, but whatever. Quite a big, noble family, huh? Much bigger than I expected. Huh? Okay, yep, this is creepy. It's got that air of creepiness already, I love it. It seems like they just took normal humans and turned them into dolls. Oh, that's even creepier. That they sleep like that in their boxes. That's even creepier. Interesting. I assume they're meant to mimic the appearance of, at least in shape, it's meant to mimic appearance. Big heavy doors. Jesus. Jesus Christ, okay. What was the purpose of that? Okay. Okay, entrance into our room, I guess. Interesting, they leave soot wherever they touch. They exude soot. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is this OP time? This put such a smile on my face, I don't know why. The atmosphere of this music is so fucking good, though. I'm very content to go with an instrumental piece as well. I enjoyed that. Shadow and her doll. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Negative emotion. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Huh. Speaking third person. Hmm. Oof. Wonder if they all speak in third person like that or not. How does a shadow take a bath? Hmm. How much stuff can you break? I don't think you're a doll. Hmm. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh? What? Is it a fever? Just hungry, okay. Mm-hmm. More human than doll than you realize, I think. Okay. It's all the convincing she needed. uh, mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm. I mean, teaching how to read. That's one way to pass time. Teaching someone. All right. I'm concerned what you'll learn when by reading those. Oh boy. Oh boy. Laura Simmons. Oh boy. Very late. Just steaming out of her. Very efficient though. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So it's tradition. Hmm. 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 Makeup on Kate. Hmm. I think there's a bit more to than just. Hmm. 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 Interesting. Hmm. I mean, that's very human-like. Very human-like. Hmm. 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 In Minico, that's where we get the name from. All right. Hmm. It is. Yeah. Oh. Uh. I fucking love this ED. It's a very interesting visual with them in like the thing there. That was a really good ED. Outside the room. Okay. Gonna start exploring more of the house, I guess. Wow, that was good. That was really, really fucking good. That ED especially was absolutely incredible. Now, the OP seemed a bit different. I'm just trying to remember, because I do remember there was a news story somewhat recently about a certain OP. Oh no, they were the ones for the World's End BU, okay. Because the OP kind of felt, as much as I like the vibe of it, it did feel like rushed in a weird way. I don't know, but I thought maybe this was this group was the one that the OP had to be replaced with. That maybe that was the replacement song, but no, it's just that's the intended performance. It just felt a bit weird of an OP. The ED, spot on. I love that ED a lot. But no, the one that was the one that had to be changed was What Ends With You, the animation, because of the drummer was arrested like last week for fraud charges and a scam involving ATMs and such, refund scams. Yeah, okay. Apparently he's been arrested in that. But they worked on Beastars, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Noblesse stuff, so that's a shame, but understandable right now. That was a really good episode. I'm very creeped out by the very first scene, though. Like, the very first thing they do, because it honestly looked like they just took kids, gave them something to drink, and completely brainwashed them. That's what it really looked like, that first episode. It just looked like they were just, some kids were brought on a train to the mansion that vaguely resembled what these nobles would look like, and have been, they drank the drink, completely mind washed of everything, because they don't know anything beyond just being a doll for their owner. That's what it felt like to me. And I don't know if that's going to be the actual case of what is going on here, but it certainly feels like it. Also, the fact they sleep in the box like that creeps me out, and I love it. This entire show creeps me out with some of the things it's doing, and that's perfect. That's exactly what it should be doing. But you would be kind of forgiven for thinking this was going to be somewhat somewhat chill, somewhat like cute girls doing cute things type show. I would forgive you if that was kind of the impression you got out of that first episode, but I feel there's so much more creepiness and mystery to what's going on. Why are they made of... Well, they're not made of soot, but why can't you see them? Why are they so against the idea of having makeup shown to show what they actually look like? What happens if you could actually see them? What if you did powder their faces and put makeup and such on? What would actually happen? I'm really curious about that. This show just has that creepiness that I'm so looking for. And yeah, absolutely going to be continuing this one, like I said we were. But I just love the creepiness. Now, Emilico is played by who? Because I feel like she's super energetic and I feel like I should know her. Yu Sasahara. No way were you Yuki in Breakwater. What a complete contrast. That's a very big contrast. Salsa from Lapis Relights makes a bit more sense, but yeah, Yuki from Diaries of the Day of the Breakwater is a complete opposite character to what Emilico is. Like, Yuki is very much accented and chilled, laid back, don't give a shit type character. Emilico is super hyperactive and like, yeah, not somewhat inexperienced VA. Last year was kind of like their real breakout year. Like, started in 2018, and then in 2020 has really taken off with a lot of roles, and we watched a bunch of them. In fact, the only show we did not watch, the only two shows I haven't watched that have had her as a VA are Kalakawa Jet Girls and Ms. Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. Those are the only two shows that she's been in that I haven't heard her voice. Every other show I have. Salsa from Lapis Relights, Leo from Kuma 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 Bear, Yuki from Breakwater, Elsie from Shachibato, that was goddamn trash, Nua from Dropout Idol, which I do need to give another chance to. And now Emiko in Shadow's House. It's her birthday in a couple of weeks as well, April 30th. Okay. I thought she was actually someone that I would recognize, but no, I do not. Well then, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Music was on point. It's just, yeah, I'm so curious to which direction this ends up going, because I'm expecting creepiness to start filtering in eventually. I was paying attention, like, every single shot they gave, like, every single, like, seemingly normal shot, I was like, where's the clue here? Where's the thing that I should be paying attention to? The first thing that I do want to point out, and the one thing that really kind of weirded me out, why was there something in soot moving around? Why could the soot move on its own? Like, essentially a rat. That doesn't seem normal. Like, even in the completely accumulated soot that happened when she overslept, none of it was moving. But in that one scene, there was, like, a moving soot pile that was seemingly alive, that Kate stamped out and Emiko didn't seem to notice. I'm kind of curious about that. Why are we exuding soot in the first place? What happens if we just keep exuding soot? Is that the limit of our lives? Like, what's going on with that? I'm so curious. I'm so curious in this, and I'm very much looking forward to the future of this. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, because we're 100% continuing, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.